Hey guys, what's up? We are back with another video today, and today we are doing another Dallas Cowboys mock draft. So Cowboys fans, before you get angry with me like you did last time, hit the subscribe button down below. Last time you guys got me 25 subscribers. Let's see if we can get 30 on this video. Like this video if you enjoy it. Comment all your thoughts and opinions down below. As always, let me know what picks you dislike, what picks you do like, and which ones you would change. Also, make sure that you go ahead and check out the website and the podcast. That links to both of those are down below as well. Let's get started with today's video. So one thing to start us out, there are no trades in this mock draft. So if any Cowboys fans are looking for a trade mock draft, I'm sorry, there are no trades. But I also don't feel that this is a team that needs to make a massive trade up to get a quarterback or to get like a high-level wide receiver or tackle or whatever. You don't really need to trade up massively, so there are no trades in this mock draft. So at number 26 overall, I have the Dallas Cowboys selecting Cam Smith, the cornerback out of South Carolina. So a really solid cornerback, one of probably the guys that is just on that borderline first-round draft status, kind of near whether you want him to be that first round pick, whether you like him better than Clark Phillips or Tyreek Stevenson or stuff like that. It's kind of a toss-up. I personally like him better than Clark Phillips. I think Clark Phillips is a real physical guy, but I think Cam Smith is a little bit better in coverage, and I think that that's what the Cowboys need to add on to pair with Trevon Diggs, is a guy that isn't going to be as aggressive like Clark Phillips, because Trevon Diggs is plenty aggressive. I think you need a guy that can be a little bit more consistent and lock down that CB2 spot overall. Plus, he is a South Carolina guy, and right now, I'm a little bit bigger of a fan of South Carolina. I know a lot of South Carolina fans here because I do live in the state of South Carolina. So, I think that Cam Smith's a good overall player, and he's a good addition to a defensive back needy team. At 58th overall, I'm going to address a position that last time I did a mock draft, you guys weren't happy that I addressed, but that's tight end, getting Tucker Kraft, the tight end out of San Diego State, or South Dakota State. I'm sorry. But Tucker Kraft, really one of the most consistent, productive tight ends in this draft class. Beyond Michael Mayer and Darnell Washington, I think he is one of the top tight ends in this class. Michael Mayer, you obviously have the most production, the most consistency, and the ability to be able to just be a good overall tight end. You're not going to get him. Darnell Washington, if he was available, I would have taken him at that 26th pick just because of the physical freak that he is. I think that he gives you a big advantage in being able to be that type of physical freak, just being 6'6", 250 pounds, just really hard to guard. The only problem with him is the same problem that you kind of have with Kyle Pitts in the Atlanta Falcons, but I think it's more to do with the Falcons just misuse Drake London and Kyle Pitts more than it is a problem with Pitts himself. But back to Tucker, with the loss of Dalton Schultz to your in-state rivals in the Houston Texans, I do think that you need to add to the tight end position. And in the second round, there's a lot of good mid-level tight ends in Tucker Kraft and guys throughout the middle level guys that just, if you don't get Michael Mayer, if you don't get Darnell Washington, there's other good guys on this type of draft class. So at number 90 overall, I have them selecting Devon Achane, the running back out of Texas A&M. I think I said that correctly. Achane, if you guys are Dallas Cowboys fans, you can let me, or Texas A&M fans, you can let me know if I pronounced that correctly. But with Achane, one of the better running backs in this draft class, probably going to be a second-round pick. Is considered to be RB2 or RB3 by a lot of people, only behind Bijan Robinson. After Bijan Robinson, there is kind of debate on who you think RB2 is, whether that's Jahmyr Gibbs, whether it's Devon Achane. Who that is kind of up to your style of running back. And personally, I think Achane at pick number 90 in the third round is a great value. A guy that had 900 yards last season and 1,000 yards this previous season. A guy that has been really productive despite serious offensive concerns at Texas A&M, and I think he's going to be a good running back to pair after you released Ezekiel Elliott. At 129, I have the Dallas Cowboys selecting A.T. Perry, the wide receiver out of Wake Forest. The reason why I didn't select a wide receiver earlier is partly because Tucker Kraft and getting that tight end position solidified was important in my opinion. And plus, there were just really not a lot of good wide receivers available at that point. There's some good wide receiver depth, but it's not compared to what it has been in the past couple of draft classes. It's just not the same style of draft class, and that's fine. There's not an issue with that. It's just don't expect to get a guy that is going to be, I don't know, a Darnell Mooney in the 5th round, or put your name in of who you think, a Cooper Kupp or stuff like that in the later rounds. I don't think that there is that type of pick, but I do think A.T. Perry kind of fills a need of having that big body wide receiver that can just go up and get it, really good at being able to high point the ball, a good route runner, not the speediest guy in the world, but definitely not terrible. He can definitely run and can get some good yak, but he's not going to be the best guy in the world as a burner down the side if you're not going to get Nathaniel Dell, the guy out of Houston. So, I picked number 169. I have the Cowboys selecting Ivan Pace, the linebacker out of Cincinnati. Pace is just a really, really good tackler. I think that he does a great job at tackling, being able to move from side to side of the field, and I think that that's something that the Cowboys can definitely add. You obviously have Michael Parsons, but outside of that, I think you guys could use another guy that could just be, whether it be a backup or a starter, just another guy that is just a tackling machine, and I think that Ivan Pace fills that role really quickly and really well. Do not allow Ivan Pace to get sucked up by offensive linemen. He's a little bit undersized for a linebacker, so he's not going to be the guy that you want going up against offensive linemen. He's probably going to lose that. He needs a little bit more upper body strength, but past that, a good overall player. So at pick number 212, I have the Cowboys selecting Dorian Thompson-Robinson, the QB out of UCLA. I really like this pick. I like this pick so much just because, well, if you looked at my last mock draft, that's who I also picked, was Dorian Thompson-Robinson to be that backup quarterback for Dak Prescott. I just think he's a really good player, has a lot of flexibility to be able to run the ball, to be able to pass it, played at a high level at UCLA, was a good decision maker, has a lot of experience. That's another good thing, is as you're looking into a lot of good experience as a QB, especially in these later rounds in the 7th round, it is good to get a guy that is really experienced, and that's something that Dorian Thompson-Robinson offers. I'm just going to refer to him as DTR now, but DTR does also give you the ability to be able to use him in wildcat formations, or to put him in a game or two that he fits the Dak Prescott type of mold, which I think is important to have as a backup quarterback, is that you fill a position well as that backup. You're not just like the opposite. You're not getting, I don't know, a Nick Foles, an Andy Dalton, I don't know, a guy that is just going to be a statue, because that's not what Dak Prescott is. He does have a little bit of mobility, and you have to kind of use that. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, or DTR, has a little bit more running ability than Dak Prescott, but I think overall he does need some help passing the ball, being able to develop that, but I think he's a good overall backup quarterback, especially this late in the draft. Then at 244, getting a potential swing guard in Chandler Zavala, really good player, has some ability to both play center and guard, so I do like that flexibility in the later rounds. To be honest, I have a 5th round grade on him, so getting him here late 7th round, really great value, really happy with that. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Hit the 2 videos down below, won't be a playlist of all my mock drafts, and hit the subscribe button up here. And as always, have a great day. Bye, guys.